Okay, welcome to Dyeing with Madder. Madder is a super ancient substance. You can look it up online. It's the oldest red that humans have used is madder root. I believe it was originally, not originally found. That's silly. But the first documented use of it was in India. And that's where most of it is grown today if you buy madder root. Anyway, it's very heat sensitive. So we're going to keep this on ultra low. It also really likes hard water, which is great because my water is perhaps made of minerals. Anyway, we will put this on at incredibly low for an hour or two, and then we will see what nice reds we have. They recommend that you strain off the plant matter after you dye with it, or before you dye with it, and after you boil it, because the dye matter, the actual root that's left over, not matter, not madder, matter with a T, is what gives an unfortunate yellow tone to some of the reds. So we want to strain that off. If we overheat it, it will turn brown. So if you want brown, overheat your madder. If you want red, do not overheat your madder. So our madder pot is looking perfect. It typically foams up a little bit like this when it's releasing lots and lots of its dye matter. It's been going for about an hour at the current temp, but I'm just gonna let it go a little longer while I am doing another task, and then I will come back. We will strain this, we will dye with it, and perhaps we will sadden some of it with an iron bath, just for fun, to see how it turns. Alrighty, see you in a bit. You can see the kind of fun rusty color it was turning this, but apparently as long as we didn't overheat it, it should give us some nice truer reds. Okay, so it's time to strain the matter. It's looking nice and settled and extremely deep red. The foam kind of died down. I gave it probably an hour and a half at this nice low temperature. I'm going to strain it, put it back in the pot, and then start us off on dyeing. Okay, madder update. After about 20 minutes, the yarn was incredibly dark, so I pulled it out. It was already getting rusty rich red, which is fine. I just don't want all of it that color. The fabric has been in for a half an hour now, and depending on what it was mortared in, it is looking wild. I'm hoping that it will exhaust the dye bath a little so that I can dip one or two more yarns so that I can practice some overdyeing later in the week. But this does not seem to be exhausting itself very quickly. Shocking that I've gotten myself into a there's too much dye situation again. Well, anyway, we haven't overheated it, that's for sure. It's still definitely like reddish orange. It's definitely not brown. So hopefully that will absorb some more dye bath, and I will update you when things are dry. Okay, so we definitely managed to exhaust the dye bath a bit because this is the color now coming out after about, 15 minutes, I would say. And that's a nice color for us to overdye over. So I'm going to do one more skein of yarn like that, and we'll be done with the madder experiment. Okay, so for our madder, we've gotten this like beautiful bright orange. However, it should go to a darker red. If we had used 200% of the weight of fiber to dried material, we probably would have gotten a darker red, but I'm really happy with this. I have put literally not even a grain of ferrous sulfate in here because they said it is incredibly sensitive to iron saddening. So I thought we would sadden a few pieces here that have corresponding matches in the other group, and then we will be able to compare and contrast. Look how nice the fancy cotton took it, though. So pretty. Okay, the first one is in and saddening. Next one. Next one. And the last little scrap. We'll agitate it a little because it is iron particles we're trying to get in there, and I'll flip them around a bit and see how much saddening we get from quite literally what seemed like barely an existent amount of ferrous sulfate. It wasn't even a microgram. Okay, this is after 6 minutes in the iron bath. Everything does look significantly sadder. I'm going to give everybody a flip, give it another minute or two, and then I will reveal when everybody is dry and pretty. Alrighty, a less than traditional wrap up on the matter, as I realized I took pictures of it and then did not record the review. But here is the matter. You can see that it took the saddening very well. It's obvious that it is very iron reactive. But I thought the most fun thing here was how the wool was so greedy with the pigment. I've never actually exhausted an entire dye pot until now, but this is how it continued to get lighter as I continued to put yarns in. And so these ones that have this like wonderful peachy color, I'm going to send through a cochineal overdye, and we'll see if we can get some like fun orangey pinks. But that was madder. It smelled like a root. It made beautiful fabric. I think I didn't have enough of it for the fiber weight in the first place, and that's why it came out so light. But I still think it was a lovely color to work with. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Comment and let me know which color of madder was your favorite on the video, and I would appreciate that so much as I continue my journey to become an independent, partially disabled artist. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next experiment. Bye!